everyone and welcome back to the event. So this was when I got the lucky coin to finish off level 6 of the event, and we managed to unlock the BA JIAO GUI Dragon. You know, that really strange looking ghosty guy with the weirdest haircut in the world, essentially. But basically, so far in the story, it's just been Ned's been getting a little bit scared about everything, especially because of this dragon. But there you go, milestone complete, Divine New Year, BA JIAO GUI Dragon. So this guy, he's actually quite an interesting epic. I actually think he's quite a good one as well at that. But I am a little bit further ahead at this point in reality than what it seems. But I just want to go through these levels together again. So it's beautiful, just like you. Dragons, I know, right? And Ned's getting cucked again in the story, which, you know, feels bad, man, for him. But what can you do? Unfortunately, for this little mini section on level 7 here, my dragons aren't really the best for that first fight, so we had to skip that fight. And I did talk about this, what was it, last video, about how some of the elements that we could use weren't really the best for us, so we had to be willing to at least skip a couple of the fights that we were going to come up to. So it kind of sucks, but we already knew that we were going to have to do that. It's that bad for making our team the way it is. And luckily for us, these mini levels, the fights that you have to skip, are really cheap, which is good. Because, you know, in these divine events, we have the really large events with tons of chests in the level, and then we have mini levels where there's just one tiny little path with like 5 tiles and a couple of fights, which is this one on level 7 here, and they're super easy to get through. So there's our lucky coin for level 7 as well. That didn't take too long. So, in the next temple, we have to be very careful because this dragon is especially tough. Are ya? Wait up! And then it gives us some gems, which is lovely. So this is level 8. So this is the Ho Yi Temple, or section of the event. And apparently he's an archer. Wow, I've never seen a dragon use a bow and arrow. Do you think it would show us? Let's go! I mean, having a dragon show you how to use a bow and arrow, that sounds kind of strange to me. And again, we come up against this little railroad here. And, you know, some people were saying, why did you skip the fights, Quack? You don't have to skip these fights. You can do them easily with your lantern dragon. And, you know, for those people that are going to say that, I am just going to show you that this is how much damage we deal. He missed that attack, that's whatever. But just to emphasize my point about how much we cannot actually do some of these fights, I'm just going to use one of my Dragon Fury Essence bottles and I guess use it as an example. You know, no matter how much I attack these guys, there are 3 of them. They do have water, so they'll just heal up. They've got the earth element as well, so they'll just stone shield. You know, these fights are too tough for me to do with my level 70s because all the enemies are at level 80. If it was just one level 80 that we had to deal with, this would probably be a very doable fight, but not in this state. You know, if we can manage to level up a Hermes dragon in the meantime or during the event, maybe we'll be able to do it. But for the most part, it is a little bit tricky trying to get the stuff down in the event currently. So I am now back a little bit later on, and you can see that we have 400 points worth of stuff that we can collect for each task now that we're on level 8. So like I said, the further along in the event you go, the more you can get per tier, and it should cap at, I believe, 600 at level 12. So we need to be getting 400 for each of this stuff. So our tactics from the earlier levels are going to change very slightly. But you can see I've moved a little bit further ahead than we were in the previous clip. And we have this terrifying, like, almost, you know, this is like a sun. It looks like it's going to explode and turn into a black hole. That's pretty creepy. But I thought I'd head off in the bottom right direction, get this chest opened first, and then what we'll do is we'll go left and try and deal with these 2 fights, and then we can go down and top left. We'll see how that works out. Again, I'm doing this without even looking at the event guide, and mostly that's to show you that, you know, even if you do go the wrong directions, it's still very possible to do the event. But But obviously, I've shown the event guides out from the DML wiki before. I do highly suggest using them. Whether you do or not, that's up to you. It's up to you, but we have all of these little flying creatures to collect, obviously, and we have the BA JIAO GUI dragon that is sitting in our hatchery currently, so we've got another 12 hours until he actually finishes hatching. But obviously, we'll hatch him together. We'll hatch the little guy together. But to be honest, at this point, the breeding gets kind of weird because the points that you need to be breeding stuff with like 10 to 12 hour breeding times. And, you know, at this point, I would rather just try and keep breeding for the root dragon, which is what I have been doing. And, you know, if we end up getting that 2-day breeding time or a day and a half, then I have to be willing to speed that up. But I would rather keep trying to breed the root dragon, considering that there's only 10 days left until we can actually, until he's no longer available, and I don't have him yet. So you can imagine I'm not in the greatest mood in regards to that. A little bit pooper-peeve-steeved, you might even say. And we need to find a low-level dragon, because another issue that we have is that all of our dragons are a high level now. And I have no spots to actually purchase a new fire dragon egg. Which is, that's pretty monkers. Because I don't know what we're gonna do, but let's level up our dragons from like level 15 plus. I should probably check which dragons are actually a lowish level so that this doesn't cost us a ton of food, but, you know, we've done this so many times that everything is now a high level. Like, every single dragon you'll see is level 14 plus in these habitats, which is a very scary. It's a very scary situation. Do we actually have any duplicates? Let's have a quick look through on our codex, shall we? And you may see 2 additional dragons in this codex. Ignore them. Pretend you don't see them, because we need to go back and do that. Apparently we do have 2 fire dragons. Okay then, that's fair enough. Where is he? Where are our 2 fire dragons then? Okay then, so we do have a level 5 one. I take it all back, I was lying. Oh, at least we have 1 lowish level guy then. Genuinely, I thought we'd completely run out of space. So that's good to know. So this mud dragon we can't really deal with. But we can go over here, put a fire dragon in, and then we'll have that guy that we will replace this one with. So, you know, for now, sorry, goodbye, Mr. Fire Dragon. And then we'll wait 16 seconds for this. So, I am currently on level 8 of the event on this account. I think I'm on level 7 on my Android account. So, I am actually a tiny bit behind schedule. The reason for that being that the level 6, I almost had to open up every chest. Level 4, I had to open up 3 of the chests. On my Android account, I have had to open up every single chest so far in every level. So, I am very behind on my Android account purely down to the RNG of the event, which is really sucky, but it is the way that it is. And you'll see we got a 4.5 hour breeding time, which is not what we want, but, you know, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with it. And now with the 6 hour food, it still fully depletes for what we need, so I'm still popping squarey berries in for the food collection or the cheaper 6 hour food on my other account. I would definitely suggest doing that. You know, it gets you good amounts of food, and even though it costs quite a lot, it's definitely worth it. 100%. I implore you to do that if you can. And I see everyone's talking in the Discord, and some people have been mentioning me, and I'm like, I'm sorry. You know, I haven't been here for a couple of days, I have stuff to do, I have the event to focus on for a little bit. But, you know, apart from the terrible RNG in the event for my, my Android account, it's really not going too bad. Like, I've been able to do every single fight so far on my lower level account, so that's not giving me an issue. It's genuinely being very easy. A lot easier than it is on this account. Because only being able to do stuff with Andy, like I said, that's my bad, but I would still make that decision again. Because of what we done with Andy, we can get the arena dragons now, we got the sumo dragon because of Andy, so bottom line is, even though this isn't my ideal situation to be in, I would still rather have leveled up Andy in the way that we did. Because it's like I've always said, would you rather progress through the map quickly with one dragon, or would you rather it take forever and have a bunch of dragons evenly leveled so that you can do the castle event? And it's fine if you are truly a collector, and maybe the castle events are tough for you, but let's be honest, the castle events might be tough-ish, but we finish almost every single one that we set our minds to. Even with one dragon. So I'm not too bothered. Plus, the later tiers, a lot of them do involve the elements that Andy has, so most of the fights are going to be Gucci. Like, we shouldn't have to worry about the fights too much anyway. So, my advice, in general, is the same as it's always been. You know, think about how you want to focus your team depending on, again, whether you are a progressive person, like a map progressive, not like a, I don't know, not in like the political sense, anyway. But, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, we've still got everyone in the Discord trying to help each other out as well. I've seen people in the comment section giving each other help and advice. And, you know, trying to spread the word on, you know, what the required elements are. I mean, we've already seen them on the wiki anyway, but I do like to see it when you all support each other and try and help out the new guys, because at the end of the day, people of pretty much any player level can do these events. I think, is there a minimum level requirement to enter the events, like level 20? That may be like the minimum level to even see the events or something. I don't remember at this point. But it's doable. Because the enemy dragons are based off of the level of your highest dragon in the game. So, as long as you work around that, again, you'll be fine. But I say this all the time, I say this for every castle event. And people still try and give up sometimes. I'm like, no, don't you do that. The castle events are not as tough as you think they are. You just have to be making sure that you try and be around for every single reset, and so far I haven't missed a reset. I have missed a couple of points here and there for one reason or another, mostly on the breeding quest, but to be honest, the breeding points of the event are probably a part of the event that you're never going to get 100% out of unless you spend a ton of gems, and you don't need to. So that's why I'm trying to breed for the root dragon still during this week, and I hope that we get him. Because I don't want to miss out on the root dragon just because of this event. I just want both. Am I asking for too much? Maybe I am being a greedy guts. But considering how rare the root is anyway, I really don't want to miss out. And how many fights do we have left? Oh, there we go. It's all done. So, like I said, we've got 200 in breed dragons left and 106 in catch creatures. So, you know, over the next couple of hours that we've got left, we'll collect all the creatures, won't worry about the breeding stuff. So, now we got all the points that we need. So, let's go down in this bottom right-hand corner. And this is pretty much going to be all of our points spent, by the way. We can do this fight, which is nice. Will we one-shot that cockatoo? No, we won't. Not quite. But it's not like these fights are challenging when we have Andy available, because he is essentially a level 88, more or less, or 86 and a half, something like that. Let's open the chest, and of course I don't expect our first chest to have the lucky coin. But now we'll do the same. Again, we'll go bottom left, open up that chest, it probably won't be in there, we'll head up top left. And, you know, we'll make our way around the terrifying, soon-to-be black hole. But, you know, I still love the aesthetic on these maps. Take a look at them yourself and see how you think about them, because, again, I love some of the details that are put in and cool lighting effects. Like, you can definitely see that this is some interesting temple dedicated to the divines and that, which I can appreciate quite a lot. But, you know what, for now, that is gonna do me for now. So, thanks for joining me in you know, seeing me complete level 6, and realistically, you do need to be on level 8 yourself in the event to be on track to finish. Because I know there's still a week and a half left. I know it seems like a long time to do how many levels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels, but it's really not. It is really not. And I'm pretty sure there are some people past level 10, like on level 11 at the moment. So if you are on level 8, like me, you need to start stepping up. You need to be on track to finish. So, you know, don't miss any resets if you can, and make sure you're trying your best to actually complete all these tasks now that you have 400, 500 points that you have to collect. But, you know, like I said, thank you very much for joining me today. We will be back with a lot of dragon hatching next time. So until then, good luck, and I will see you next time.